Okay. Whew. Anyone ever feel like they're the most inexperienced tightrope walker in the circus called life? Yes? All right. I do. I did. And I didn't plan on that happening. My name is Wendy, and I really thought I had it going on. I thought if you studied, you got the A's. Did that. I thought if I ran, did box fit, I'd be fit. Did that. I thought if I was cute and bubbly, I'd get Prince Charming. Got that. So I really thought I was going to get on that tightrope and sail, right? And that's not the way it was. You worry about the past, and you get regret, and I get sad. You worry about the front, the forward, what's coming up, and I'm anxious, and I get stressed. Then there's the crowd. You got to please the crowd, right? And when you're good at it, which I am, they'll clap. Something wasn't working. A lot of aha moments, but I had something happen in my life that wiped me out, that knocked me off. I can't even say it. That tightrope. And not only did the crowd not clap, they left the circus. So I continued on, and I have a successful life. I own a very successful private school. I'm married 32 years to my best friend. Even though there was adversity, I continued on that rope. Because that's life, right? We just keep going. When I turned 50, and I'm 53, I didn't want to go to Vegas. I didn't want to do the typical thing. Something hit me. I went to Tulum, Mexico, because I saw in a People magazine that Demi Moore did that. I was like, that's good for Demi. And I went to a place where there was no electricity, no distractions, and guess who you had to face? Yourself. And I learned something in that week. I learned to really look at that tightrope walk. And I learned the power of yet. I didn't have, even though it looked like I did to the outside world, the life I wanted yet. But I knew, because of the way I am, that it was possible. So I looked at my life and I tried to figure out, when did the aha moments happen on that tightrope walk? Was there a pattern? Was there anything I did that made that walk enjoyable, even though it was so fearful at the same time? And then I thought about the one major incident or event that changed my life. I have a quadriplegic son who's nonverbal. He's a twin, and he'll be with me forever because he's a pain in the ass. And he's my heart, and that's why I can say that. For 2.5 months I was in the hospital waiting for him to die. The doctors would come around the bed and say horrible things. I didn't like what the circus was saying. So I would go into the bathroom. There was a concrete shower, and I'd lock the door because they couldn't get you in there. And I'd crouch down, and I'd put a headset on, and I would stay there in silence for 2.5 months. And then I had the courage to save my son, as is, unconditional, no expectations, as a quadriplegic, non-verbal young man. And that was the best decision I ever made. The greatest aha in my life, even though the circus didn't think so. So I wanted to really repeat that magic. And that magic was sitting still and getting quiet. So I realized all my aha moments, whether adversity or not, there was always this moment of silence, and I went within and had the courage to follow. It wasn't the circus crowd. It wasn't natural talent. It was this inner wisdom. I wanted to walk my life, my rope, like that. So I came back and I realized I want to live in the moment. I don't want to worry about the future. I don't want to think about the past. I want to live in the moment. And I want to live in the moment without judgment. I want to stop, pause, and breathe and tap into that source that gave me the greatest gift of my life, my son, who's pure spirit. So I went and I studied, and I became, I'm not doing well with this, but we'll keep going. I'm not good at it yet. became a certified meditation teacher. Now, here's the thing. I used to think if you shaved your legs, you could not be a meditator. I used to think if you didn't live in Lake Worth, you could not be a meditator. Right? I used to think if I didn't like Bob Marley, forget it, you're not a meditator. And if you can't do the bow pose, you're not a meditator. Right? Meditation has nothing to do with those things. It has nothing to do with Buddhism. They don't have a franchise on breathing. Yes, that's where it started. So I became a certified meditation teacher because I know the power. Every day I see the power by looking at my incredible son and his spirit. I know the power of going within. So I built a studio in my school. Our children meditate every day. My staff meditates every day. Mandatory. Greatest way to start and end your day as a team. I started an organization called Shift Happens. Get it? And it does. I know that from my tightrope walk. I lost my best friend to cancer. A hurricane destroyed my business, $500,000 damage. All of those adversities I got through. Not because of the circus crowd, but because I went within. Now, I thought I had the secret, and then I started doing research. My friends, Google has it, Yelp has it. It is the biggest new innovation for all of us. Here's what I know. I love life like nobody, and I value life. And this is how we walk around our life. Right? Do you know how many thoughts we have a day? 60,000 thoughts a day. They're just popping up. You know, I'll be doing something, go, I wonder what that guy's doing in high school. And you go, where'd that come from? I don't really. Sure. But they just surface. You have, and 58,000 of those are not new ones. So all of this is going on. You're missing your moment. Now add your phone in your hand, my friend. Right? And you're driving, and the radio. So all this stimuli is coming into your head, and your body's reacting to it. Stop, pause, and breathe. There is no research that supports multitasking. You need to monotask at work and in your life. Focus on one thing. Be in the moment. All of this can master you, or you master your mind. It's that simple. What kind of tightrope walk do you want? I want this. Now, here's the problem with all these thoughts. 60,000 thoughts in your head. They don't come clean. They come wrapped in emotions. So your five senses, right? This is your five senses. They pick up all the external stuff in your world, goes into your brain, there's your brain, and then your brain tells your body to react. That's how it works. We are wired for the external. We're wired for the crowd, for the circus crowd. You can change it. You just are doing it yet. All right? So, if you want to let this control you, keep at what you're doing. However, if you get this awareness and you decide that you are not going to let all this take you away with the emotions, you will have a better quality life. This is us now, and guess what this comes with? Stress. This and the emotions come with stress. We are the most chronically stressed nation in the world. It is called the trickle-down killer. It's killing us. So this isn't really an option for us, guys. Stress is a biggie. Oh, I gotta make you guess. What causes you stress? Shut them out.
Work.
Work?
Money.
Money, right? Health. Family, children, homework, relationships, all right? So all these thoughts are in there. Right now, you're not 100% with me. You're not in the moment without judgment. It's going to be the hardest thing you ever had to do. Your mind is in the past and it's in the present. That's what happens. Very rarely are we in the moment. So all this stress is happening. These are all the causes. Now, what we tend to do is we go to work, we build up the stress, we come home, we numb it with wine or whatever. That is just putting a cap on it. Do you know we're the only animal that doesn't shake it off? Every other animal, we're animals, after they have increased stress, they do the hunt, they shake it off. See your dog shake it off? We don't. Guess what we do? You suck it up, chin up, we cap it. And guess what? It's going to show up. How would I know you're under stress, Roxanne? How would I know? What do you like?
What am I like?
When you're under stress?
The same. I always have an outgoing personality. Smile. Nobody would know I'm under stress.
All right. How does it show up in your body? How do you know you're under stress?
Just that I'm anxious and, my mind is going 20 different places at one time.
So anxiety. Anyone else? How do you know you're stressed?
Scatterbrain.
Scatterbrain, right? Your focus. Your appetite. Some increase, some decrease. All right, even though you're eating, tell me, are you going to the bathroom when you're stressed? Not so much. Your digestive system slows down. Tired? Cranky, especially with the ones you work with and the ones you love. So you're here because it's a business lunch. That's going to show up at work. I don't want to work with, I have 45 staff. I don't want to work with 45 people that are going through stress. I'm selfish. I'm the average of the 5 people I spend time with. I don't want all of what we're saying. So this is what's actually happening in your body. We have a nervous system, and our body picks up all of our external stimuli, and then it goes to our brain, and the part that takes over is our amygdala, our emotions. It kept us alive, but it still thinks a saber-toothed tiger is chasing you. It doesn't know the difference. So when you're upset, you have an argument with someone at work, or a client, somebody didn't pay their bill, whatever it is, you send the message to your body to be stressed. And you go into what's called your sympathetic nervous system. Equal in strength as if a saber-toothed tiger was chasing you, my friends. Isn't that crazy? You read a post on Facebook that you react to, same reaction in your body as if you were a caveman and your life was about to go. You're doing that all the time. So I want you to do this with your hand. Put your thumb in there, it's your amygdala, and that's what your emotional fight or flight comes from. And it hijacks your brain so you don't have logic. That's your prefrontal cortex up here. All the blood leaves your prefrontal cortex. I want you all to do this. What does this mean when you see someone in your office do this? Under stress. It's universal. Go to any country. Do you know why? The blood has left your executive thinking, your prefrontal cortex. It's gone to your amygdala. You are trying to restore it. We self-heal. That's funny, right?
I didn't know
I'm
that.
smart. Yeah. Right? I know.
Go to your school.
Serious. So, but what that shows is you are now going to make decisions and you're not using your executive thinking. You've been hijacked. Now go back to this, your brain. Your brain has been stressed. You got a message of stress. Now squeeze. Now you can do that for a little bit, right? Now do it for a long time. What happens? Hurts.
No.
Too much. You are in stress all the time. And if you don't release it, you're going to get sick. All our illnesses start from stress. Our immune system breaks down. Our digestive system doesn't work. We are in this too much. It was okay to be in that, but go kill the lion, come back to your cave and relax. We don't. We keep adding on and adding on. So we've created this incredible imbalance, and we're never in parasympathetic. So right now, just think to yourself, do you have trouble going to the bathroom? Undereat, overeat, tired, all that. You have what's called cortisol. We get adrenaline and cortisol. Our body shoots it out because it thinks a tiger's after you. And you are getting flushed. You know that middle age spread? And we all go, oh, it's just middle age. No, it isn't. It's cortisol buildup. You're stressed. By middle age, you've capped it so long, you're carrying it. That's all it is. So the only way to clean out all that cortisol that's killing your immune system, taking away the best version of you, is to get back into parasympathetic. And the only way to do that is to go in the cave and rest. It's so simple, my friends. It's ridiculous. I'm asking you to have a better quality of life by doing nothing for 10 minutes a day. And you think it was rocket science. All right? So what I want you to think, and this is a real short, and I'm hoping you invite me to your business and do workshops to really give you more strategies, but I want you to think of it like dust collecting. You don't realize your house is dusty till you go to move something, and then you go, oh my gosh, I am the worst. So that's what stress is like. You get so used to you being you. You don't even know. And you've gotten a habit of this pattern of autopilot. That walking the tightrope like this. Oh, but they clapped for me. I've got it going on, right? I did it. But if you don't get rid of that, you're going to get sick. You're not going to thrive at work. You're not going to thrive at anything. What kind of life do you want? So what I'm asking you to do is what you do to your teeth. What do you do first thing in the morning after you've had your coffee? Brush your teeth. Could you ever imagine going to work without brushing your teeth? Look at, you'd be disgusted. Why do you brush your teeth every day? 3 times a day or 2? Right. And then what happens? You go to the dentist, you get a good report, right? You don't want buildup. Okay. Why do you have a shower every day? Right? And you are taking care. I even make sure I don't miss the roots coming in. How crazy are we all? We're taking care of this external. What are you doing for the brain that sends the messages to your entire body and is the vibrancy of who you are? Do you get this? So I'm asking you, wipe it off. Every day, just like you brush your teeth, attach it onto that habit. I want you to wipe off the stress. Okay, why? So he's going to make this happen fast. You got to have a buy-in. No behavior changes. You're not going to meditate yet unless you have a desire and intent. Every change in behavior has to have a desire and intent before you take action. You're going to make approximations and mistakes. You're going to need feedback. You're going to need role models. I'm here for you. There's all kinds of information out there to be here for you to make this change. But the benefits. So you know this. It reduces this cortisol. Guys, we are filled with cortisol. And you've got to reduce it because it's breaking down your immune system. If you start seeing people at work getting sick, it's not a germ. It's stress. They're not taking care of themselves. If you're their leader, what are you doing? Forget a fancy staff room. Start implementing strategies that are going to help them. The physical, you're going to look younger. You know, when I started meditating, people started coming up to me and going, something different about you. I know, right? They will notice it before you do, right? So you can see all this and it's in your paperwork. You're going to sleep better. The 3 best ways to relieve stress are sleep, exercise, because it mimics that shake off, and meditation. The emotional benefits, you're going to be less reactive to your life. Quit reacting to things. All that external stuff, and you go, wow, you need space. Respond to your life. It doesn't mean I'm passive. Oh my gosh, have you met me? I am more at it, but I am more efficient, less time, and I respond with integrity. When someone comes in and goes, I need 5 days off, I'm short a teacher. I go, all right, let's look at it. Suddenly I feel myself and go, this used to throw me off. There is a shift in your brain, my friends. So for you, for work, you're going to have people that are calmer. They can problem solve and they can handle stress and stimuli better. Their focus is better. All right? So here's why. Let's get to the business one. Got it? Yeah. You are going to have a competitive edge. The reason is the brain is malleable. We used to think it was stuck. Well, you're going to actually change your employees' brains. But you got to model. I can't go everyone you're meditating and I don't. We lead by what we do. People don't do what we say, they do what we do. And then they want the Kool-Aid because they see your life. But this is what you're going to get. Don't go buy some new program. Get simple. So what is meditation then? All it is a technique. It quiets your nervous system. You're going to go from your sympathetic to your parasympathetic, from flight and fight to rest and digest, mate, relate, friend, tend. You're going to go from that place of calm. You're like that on a holiday. That's why you go to the bathroom better on the holiday, you sleep better. It isn't the place. You've switched nervous systems, guys. Bring the holiday to you. Don't let the external get you. It's your tightrope walk. So it's just a technique, and it's a practice. Oh, I practice every day, twice a day, all right? And it's deepest rest you're going to get while being alert. So you're going to go from your conscious to your subconscious. You're going to go from beta, alpha, theta, where creativity is, while you're awake. I'm telling you, I never thought I'd be up here saying this. It is the best thing since my boys and my marriage. The best thing. So we know the brain is malleable. That means you can literally change your brain. A study did this. In 10 minutes every day, the brain changed. They look at CAT scan, and what they found was the gray matter in your executive thinking, that stuff you use at work, got bigger. The amygdala, the emotional part of your brain, shrunk, and the hippocampus, your memory increased. Anyone see a win-win? Because I do. I'm a boss. I'm like, everybody's meditating on my crap. Because that's what you want. Then there's this thing called the anterior cingulate. It is responsible for relationships. We've got customers. I'm thinking selfish. And a happy employee in their home life is going to be a happy employee at work. This is what happens 10 minutes a day. So when you watch a commercial and it reaches 10 minutes, think to yourself, I could have just closed my eyes and focused on my breath. It's like going to the gym. When I first went to the gym, I could do 1 push-up. I hated it. You use your fuse, you do it again. 2 push-ups, still hated it. 3 push-ups, still hated it. Couldn't do push-ups yet, but I got up and I kept at it. Same thing, you're going to work your brain. You're going to get more internal focus. You are going to start noticing, I'm telling you, more coincidences than you ever did. You're going to go, I am freaky. I am like bewitched. Because your intuition will help you be in the right place at the right time. I'm serious, document it. You're going to find you're more focused in every single thing you do. All right, because of time, we're going to get to this. This is your brain. All right, it's like a sailboat. This is how I do with the students and my parents at school and clients that I visit in businesses. This is your brain. How many thoughts a day?
60,000.
60,000! All right, sorry, you got to say it like that. Come on. 60,000! That's tons. All right, so now your brain's going to wander and you don't go, oh, stupid brain, come back. All right, you be gentle with yourself. The way you are in your practice is the way you are to yourself in life. Think of it as a puppy on a leash or a sailboat. You bring it back. What's going to stop it from going is an anchor. Your breath is your anchor. So here's me. All right, I got this. Come back. No thank you thoughts. Breath. Okay, no thank you. Breath. And you're going to do it again and again. What's going to happen in your brain is your brain's going to get stronger. You're going to pull back less. You're going to sit and you're going to what's called transcend. You're going to sit and you're going to think 10 minutes went by and it will be 45 minutes. And you're going to go, oh my God, that ditzy woman knew what she was saying. I swear it is beyond. All right? So I want you to think of it as that. Your mind's going to wander and you're gently going to pull it back. Because when you do anything new, it's tricky because you're building a connection between your 2 neurons. Do it again, do it again, do it again. It becomes strong. Your mind's going to wander and you're going to pull it back. Your mind's going to wander, you're going to pull it back. It's too short to teach you the strategy perfectly. I gave you summary. There's mantras that'll help, and I can go into it if you really want to learn more, which I hope you do because it'll change your life. But it's very important to remember the 5 essentials. It's okay to have thoughts, okay? Be kind to yourself. Let go of expectations. Some people think, ooh, I'm going to float. Ooh, I might see Jesus in there. And if you do, hooray. But it may be as boring as brushing your teeth, but you still brush your teeth. What you do know is you are actually turning the switch on your nervous system. You're dusting off the stress to make it easier for you to respond to your life. Stick with it, but don't try so hard. Okay. Are you ready? we're going to try this, because it's easy to do this. That's not going to change your behavior. All I want you to do is sit with your feet flat on the floor. Whoops. Okay? Because I want to show you just how easy this is. And you do it at your desk chair. We have signs at our work. Recess, the children go out. You'll see some teachers put on their classroom door, meditating. We have rooms where the children can go in at any time, and then we have a studio. But at any time, you can just sit at your desk. Anytime you are stressed, before we do a formal meditation, all you have to do is stop, pause, and breathe. So if you're in an altercation with someone, or you know you're going to a meeting that's real high intensity, I want you not to go in. Go like this, walk away for a sec. Stop. See, I don't want to forget. I told you I tattooed it on my arm so I would get it. Stop. Pause. And breathe. Now, this seems hokey, but it's not. As soon as I do that, it's getting myself out of sympathetic nervous system to para. If a saber-toothed tiger was chasing me, would I have time to stop, pause, and breathe? No. So remember, we are an animal. If we do that in the middle of a stressful situation, you're signaling to your brain, you're safe, calm down. Now I'm going into the meeting, ready to come from my executive thinking versus my amygdala. You getting that? So at the very minimal, all I need you to do is stop, pause, and breathe. But you want a deeper cleaning. So feet are flat. All I want you to do, no fancy poses. This is not religious. This is a breathing technique. All right. Hands flat on your lap, shoulders down. I want you to just put your chin down slightly so you elongate your neck. You're just going to close your eyes, and if that bothers you, you can keep them open, but stare to the floor. The idea is to settle your thoughts. You are never going to have zero thoughts. So when people say to you, oh, I can't meditate, I have too many thoughts, I just laugh. I say, that's why you need to meditate. You want them to settle like grains of sand in a jar so that you are the forefront. You're going to breathe in through your nose, and you're going to breathe out through your nose. Every time your mind wanders, which it will 60,000 times, I want you to just go, no, thank you, and come back to your breath. Your breath is your anchor. It goes from your external world to internal. That's why it's the best anchor. It's your connection to your wisdom, your spirit, to the world you live in, to your circus. I just want you to take a deep breath.